You are welcome to our channel. Keep liking. Make sure you subscribe. Senators divided over Natasha's suspension. Refused to sign report. It was a rushed assignment. According to report from Vanguard, the suspension of Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has sparked divisions within the Nigerian Senate, with some lawmakers expressing dissatisfaction over the handling of the issue. Reports indicate that a number of senators, including senior members, refused to sign the suspension report, citing concerns over the rushed nature of the decision. On Thursday, Natasha was suspended for 6 months following an investigation by the Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions, which was chaired by Senator Neda Imasemu. The investigation stemmed from allegations involving Natasha and Senate President Godswill Akpabio, including claims of sexual harassment and a dispute over seating arrangements. However, a ranking senator speaking anonymously criticized the hasty nature of the committee's decision. The hearing, initially scheduled for March 11, was suddenly moved forward, catching many senators off guard, especially those attending a tax reform retreat organized by the Senate Committee on Finance. The senator questioned the urgency, suggesting that the the committee's actions were premature. It was a rushed assignment. Why the hurry? Why didn't the committee wait? The absence of ranking senators from the process shows we knew where it was heading, the lawmaker said. Moreover, there were concerns that due process was not followed as the investigation proceeded despite a court injunction halting the probe. This led to 13 senators refusing to endorse the suspension report, citing these procedural irregularities. In response to her suspension, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan vowed to fight the injustice, declaring that the decision will not stand. Her supporters have rallied behind her, questioning the integrity of the Senate and accusing the leadership of acting in bad faith. The controversy surrounding Natasha's suspension continues to unfold, with the credibility of the Senate now under scrutiny. Well, we are bound to see this back and forth because the Senate already is colored in rainbow. Different, senators from different political parties, some from PDP, some from APC, some from Labour Party, and some from even some other, parties. I think those are the three major that we think are in the House of Senate. But the point here is this, that after the Natasha suspension has been, agreed upon, though some of the ranking senators, about 13 in number, refused to sign the document. And the reason they gave was that the whole process was too much in a haste. Like, it is expected that they should take their time to do the investigation and then be able to come to a reasonable, fair conclusion. But in this regard, some of them weren't around. They were attending a tax reform committee organized by the House herself, even for this set of lawmakers who were even called in to tell them that, look, let's do this. So some of them are trying to question the hastiness in the matter, bringing suspicion that it seems as if there's skeleton in the cupboard of the Ethics and Code of Conduct Committee and Public Complaint, or there is skeleton in the cupboard of the Senate President himself, the person of Barrister Godswill Akpabio. But then, be it as it may, some of these senators might have, whose conscience has been to be awake, have decided not to sign the particular document, trying to, of course, look for a soft landing even for Natasha, because if they don't sign it, that means there is still some hope for Natasha, or regards a case that being suspended for 6 months might probably be reviewed. Of course, never say never in politics, because some of the allegation is not only include sexual harassment, which is the one that is loud even in the social media, but there is dispute over seating arrangement. That's one in particular. I think the reaction of Natasha even to the Senate president over the case was what made, I mean, what they capitalized on, as it were, as the violation of the Senate standing rule, which resulted into her being sent to disciplinary committee or Senate committee on ethics public complaint, do happen to at the end of the day thereby found her guilty, and then she was sentenced to 6 months out of work, that is out of the Senate, without pay. But then let's still wait and see whether the actions of these other senators who have refused to sign the suspension report, who cited concerns over the rushed nature of the decision, maybe their action can, initiate another session in the Senate for, reconsideration to this particular issue. But then, like some other claims that people are calling for the Senate president to deliberately step down so that the matter can be investigated thoroughly. I think he should listen to the voice of reasoning, because it is expected, he is a lawyer, and it is expected that as a third man in the country, you abide by the rule of law. This is very, very important, so germane. Then he needs to be honorable. As an honorable member, they call themselves distinguished. As a distinguished senator, he should allow himself to be shaken in and out. So if they don't have anything in him, yes, he can go scot free. But if, as he's being shaken and sexual harassment is falling from within his body, then he will need to also dance to the tune and tell the whole world what has happened, so that justice will be served. Then we will know that probably Natasha is being punished unnecessarily for what she did not do. And we shouldn't forget that those senators, one of them who refused to sign, was, questioning the urgency of the matter and suggesting that the committee's actions were premature. Now, there is something I would like to also say, that we should, especially our lawmakers, shouldn't begin to campaign after election. You were supposed to be in that house even to tell them to stop. Thank God for the likes of Orji Uzor, who said they can't punish the senator and his aide altogether, and he was able to speak up for the aides, and they were rescued. So we're expecting a twist in this matter as they go by. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share.